Hey everybody, I'm David with Bolivar Live, and once again I'm here with Dave with Aran and Franklin, and we do these shows every week, and we always talk about some aspect of engineering, home construction, or something like that. And today's no difference. In fact, Dave, let's talk about this time of year. A lot of people are doing upgrades to their house because it's the off season. Maybe they want to put some new windows in. Maybe they want to put new siding on their house. Maybe they want to do a room addition because they want to add that fourth or fifth bedroom. And a lot of people think once the home's engineered, you can just go and do that. But even a little thing like replacing one window or two windows on one side of the house could cost them a lot of money, a lot more money if it's not done the right way, couldn't it?
Yeah, it sure could. What happens at that point if you have repairs done to your home or have an addition done, or even potentially the entire home, if you don't have a WPI-8 certificate of compliance on those items, then you have to go through what's called the post-construction inspection and certification process. So that process used to be very easy. It was you just run some base calculations, look at the house, check everything. If you felt good about it, you could go ahead and certify it. Well, they changed those rules up, so now every single one that goes in post-construction, whether it's an air conditioning unit on the outside of your house, an addition, every single one of them is audited. So it requires us to do a lot more work. We have to provide a lot more information in order to get that audit process started. And then once we get in the middle of it, they may ask for things that we have not initially thought about, right, or they don't like the photos we provided, or they want additional clarifications. So it's a really cumbersome process.
So even as a little bit as replacing a window, maybe one of the windows broke and you say, well, we're just going to go ahead and replace this one with an upgraded one, and we'll start doing a little bit here and there. Those have to be screwed in a certain way and taped, and if they're not, then it could cause problems down the road. But not only that, if they put a window in and someone came out to look at their home, say they were going to sell it, or an inspector or something, and they saw that, wait, this window's different, okay, and they go back and look, it could cost a lot more money, because then someone's going to have to pull off the trim. They may have to go in and re-screw, mount the window, or get another window and do it correctly. And so it's better off, anytime, from what I'm gathering, anytime you do anything to your house that's structural, whether it's a window, handrails, air conditioning, anything like that, you really need to call Aran and Franklin so that they can tell you, yeah, no, you don't need to worry about that. You can replace that. But if you get much further than that, this is what we're going to have to do. And sort of, and your contractor ought to know too. And I know, Landon with Prestige works with y'all real close and does some remodeling, but anytime you're doing anything to your home, you really need to call an engineering firm just to check and make sure it's not going to have any snowball effect.
That's right. Yeah, we've had people that have replaced windows, and then we've have come to try and get a post-construction inspection certification, and the windows didn't meet the design pressure requirements. For they bought a lesser grade window, and
right.
so they ended up having to rechange all their windows out again. We've had them where you've had, they've gone in and they haven't gotten the proper documentation, and some people take photos during construction, and we can use those to a certain degree, but TDI is very cautious about that, because a lot of times they want a tape measure put on it. They want to see the screw itself. You have to take a
right.
screw out. to make sure it's the length. So they've just gotten very particular on how all that goes. So, but
Right.
we've had issues before with people calling. If you have a glass, just regular glass, and you want to change that out, that's not subject to the TDI inspection and certification program. You can just do that as long as it's less than 10% of that side of the house. Then you can,
Right.
you can just change it out, which it's very rare to have more than that. So, yeah.
Great, great. Well, if people want to get a hold of you, is the best way probably to get hold of the contact form? Go to your website and use the contact form so that everything can be traced.
Yeah, we like the contact form. That's fine. People that don't want to use that, give us a call.
Okay.
We're here. We answer the phone. We try and return all of our calls. We try and make it easy to set up a project and get things started. So.
And nowadays, a lot of stuff can be done online to where it's just the inspector that really has to come out.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. I mean, used to everybody would come in, they'd fill out a form, they'd physically bring us plans and that whole cumbersome process, which I used to like seeing my customers. I do business with people I never even get to meet them, but yeah, technology is good and bad, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for more information on Aran Franklin, their strong home protection inspection program, or if you have questions on some repairs that you need to have done, make sure you look them up online and give them a call. You can find them at aranfranklin.com. We'll be back next week, and we're going to talk about the steps whenever you're putting a new roof on. Now's the time to do repairs on your home, check everything. And a lot of people do re-roofs in the wintertime so that they use their home in the summer if it's a vacation rental home. And we're going to talk about the steps to take to get that process done so it meets up to your insurance. Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye.
Video equipment is sponsored by Crystal Beach Decor and More, located at 1959 Highway 87 in Crystal Beach, Texas, and Beachy Beatnik Boutique and Jewelry, located at 970 Surfside and Highway 87 in Crystal Beach, Texas. Thank you to these two businesses for being our 2025 video equipment sponsor for Bolivar Live.